your boy, do you think your boy, Lil Wayne, Weezy F Baby,
I don't know. I always do that when I think of Wayne.
Right.
I think of Lil Wayne.
Pussy juice. Pussy juice. Do you think that, and there was just recently over the past weekend on Twitter, there was a lot of talk about the Carter 3 album and whether or not this album was a classic album.
Do we have some things to say?
Yeah, we got some things to fucking say, alright? Cause you know what? We're not old heads.
Nah.
We're middle-aged heads. Okay?
We're not new to this.
We're not new to this, alright?
Nah. We've heard them all.
I got on Twitter and I said that Carter 3 is not a classic album. To me, in my personal opinion, this Carter 3 was what marked the beginning of the end for Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. All right. Now keep in mind, I've listened to Lil Wayne since The Block Is Hot. I'm not talking about I listened to the Carter 3 and then I went back and listened to The Block Is Hot. I'm talking about I was there from the beginning and I followed Wayne all the way. So I know his trajectory.
We were there when he was with the Hot Boys before The Block Is
Before
Hot.
The Block Is Hot. You know what I'm saying? We were there. Listen, we were there when everybody, when he wasn't allowed to cuss. We were there when when they thought he was going to fall off after 500 Degrees came out. Cause he didn't do well with the album. It wasn't received well. And it was like, oh, Wayne's done. They were about to write him off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were there for all that. All right. We seen him go up. We seen him start off hot, and then we seen him fade. Yeah. And then we seen him come back hot again.
I mean, and extremely hot.
Extremely fucking hot. Yeah, higher than he's ever been. Yeah. Okay. So
he was past that 500 degrees at that point.
He really was. He was at like 1,000 degrees. Yeah. He really was. But, me and Sharif, we were like, all right, we listened to the intros of Carter 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. And we started from 3, then we listened to 2, and then we listened to 1.
Went backwards.
We went backwards.
Because we've heard it forward already. We heard it forward. So we were like, let's go back and
go backwards. And based off of that, what did you think? You know, just the intro tracks alone. Which was the best intro?
The original.
The original?
Yeah.
The Carter 1?
Yeah.
This is the Carter, y'all welcome. Hardest Malcolm Duck is the fucking Lord help him.
Therefore destroyed that shit.
I agree with this, that the Carter 1 intro was fire. The Carter 2's intro was fire. Oh, produced by the Heatmakers, who was doing a lot of Dipset beats at the time.
You'd have to put them in order. It'd be 1, 2, 3. If you had to put, if you were discussing which one was.
Let me tell you right now, that the intro for the Carter 3 was not all that great. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, listening back to it now, you know what's very funny? I actually, at the time, I remember liking the intro of the Carter 3. Listening back to it now, I'm like, it wasn't that great compared to his other.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get better. He got worse.
He did get worse.
Yeah, it's like, I thought this was going to be like, and I'm a person that your intro is what like really
sets it off.
I want to know if you're really trying to get that hook, you know? And he didn't on that one. I was just like, what the fuck? Back then, yeah, like you said, I liked it because it was just the time and we were kind of still like, yeah, Wayne, kind of hoping that it was going to be. And it was like, but hearing all of them, I mean, definitely the first one was the best one, you know, and the second one was not far behind it. Like,
it really wasn't.
It's arguable.
It's arguable that the second one was better than the first one.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he went in for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, Lil Wayne, he was just all about just pure bars.
Just killing it, you know what I'm saying? Nonstop.
Right.
And that third one is, it's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about on that one, dog. Even the beat was like, just like, okay, it's kind of subpar. Yeah. Subpar, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yes, I know we didn't compare all the albums, but you could just, I mean, you know what you're going to get into for the rest of the album. Mm-hmm. There were songs on the Carter 3 like, Hey Mr. Carter, which was kind of like a big moment for Lil Wayne and Jay-Z. Yeah. Kind of passing the torch to Lil Wayne almost. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be real with you. That should have happened like a couple, like Carter 2. That should have happened.
Should have been on that.
It should have been on there. That's where that song should have been at. But to me, you know, the Carter 1 and Carter 2 was peak Lil Wayne as far as bars and lyrics and music. Carter 3 was you know, people say, oh, well, he went platinum. He went platinum in a week with that album. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything, dog, because before that, the in between of the Carter 2 and Carter 3,
that doesn't mean people liked the album they bought.
What, right. Just because everybody bought the album doesn't mean it was a great album. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of hype that led up to it. No. Doesn't mean it was good, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But the in between of the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 was Wayne, like, that was Wayne at like peak Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing all those features. He was doing mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was out there. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then the Carter 3 dropped. That all led up to the Carter 3 drops, the Carter 3 success. That doesn't mean it was a good fucking album, fam. It doesn't mean it was a classic.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, anytime something sells doesn't doesn't mean it's great. You know, there's movies that do great because people went out on the first day and just like it's sold out, and then the next day it's still sold out. It's been sold out for a week. Right. You know, people wanting to see it, and doesn't mean the movie was great. You know, like people watching it, they'll think, man, that movie didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Or, you know, I didn't like that movie, or whatever happens, whatever the case, but doesn't mean it's great. But ticket sale wise, it looks like it was great because it did well. Didn't mean it was good. You know, that's where the critics come in and they'll tell you, nah, it wasn't worth it. You know?
I mean, you know, I think that the Carter 3, he was trying to step into a different Wayne, because, you know, the Carter 1 was, to me, was like peak Lil Wayne, like the peak Cash Money Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They had beats from Mannie Fresh on there, to me, which was some of Mannie Fresh's best work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a lot of it was produced by Mannie Fresh. A lot of those beats on there is like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Where's this been?
Where was this the fuck
this whole time when you've been with Cash Money? Like,
right.
Beats.
Those were some of the best beats that I had ever heard from Mannie Fresh. And then the Carter 2 is, you know, where Mannie Fresh, he had left and Lil Wayne had to pretty much venture out into the industry, which that also helped push him up to a different level because, you know, he started doing songs with Robin Thicke and
people,
with bigger people. You know what I'm saying? Just different types of
Money
music.
Stuck to Cash Money. They didn't.
Right. It was just them inside their own little bubble. And that was him breaking out of his bubble with the Carter 2.
Being able to fuck with other people, other genres and everything. Yeah.
Right. Other sounds. He had, you know, like some Bay Area type beats. Mm-hmm. He was just trying different things. That was Lil Wayne at his, like, you know, he was drawing his line out there like, I can do anything. Mm-hmm. The Carter 3 was, to me, that was when Wayne started just saying some wild shit and I didn't understand the fuck he was talking about. Mm-hmm. Or he would say some things that he thought was real deep and thoughtful, but it wasn't really deep and thoughtful at all.
At that point, I believe that's when his mixtapes were going harder than his albums.
I try to tell people that some of his mixtapes.
Dedication and shit like
that, right?
Yeah, they went harder at that point were going harder than his actual albums.
Right.
You know, and
which he should have
used those as albums.
Right. If he had just faded that in between the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 was where he was just letting it all out. Yeah. He was just everywhere. He was just spitting on everything. He was doing all these features and everything. And he was dropping bars, don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of that shit, if he'd have just said no to certain things and just kind of fell back a little bit and focused on crafting this album, the Carter 3 probably would have been a classic. But to me, it's not a classic.
No. To me, it's not a classic.
What songs do you remember from that to this day sit with you?
Just the radio ones, pretty much, ones that you hear over and over. Because the radio made you hear it. You know, to me, it's not a classic either. But I can understand why people would think it's a classic or go say it's a classic because it did numbers. You know, so. You're like, how can you not say it's classic? Well, okay, you can call it a classic. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But his first two were, you know, Carter 1 and Carter 2 were classics. And that is, I mean, a lot of people our age, we've all talked about it, discussed it, heard the albums growing up together. So we picked it apart already growing up and shit. And those albums, we came to agree that was the point. You know, at that point, it's like we all understood and we all saw it. It's like that's the decline. Like that's when it started kind of not being the Carter 1 or the Carter 2, like right. That level,
right?
Yeah. You know? And ever since then, he's like it's like now he's trying. Not trying. Well, I guess maybe trying too hard to be that, replicate it, but it never you can't get it.
No,
you can't get that level anymore.
Yeah,
you know, now his level is just, it's everywhere. Right. It's like, it's not just the Wayne that when he fucking did that shit, that was a game changer. That would have been artistic ignorance of that moment. You know, like before we were even saying that shit. Yeah. That was artistic ignorance where it changed the game. Yeah. Like, and it changed his career. You know, like, it changed how everyone perceived him. At that point, people were like, Lil Wayne's on top. I mean,
Lil Wayne became a superstar with Carter 3. But I think he was already a superstar before Carter 3 dropped.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he built it up off the success of Carter 2. He, was doing all those features. He was everywhere.
Went to another level where he couldn't basically be that same artist anymore.
No, he did go to the next level, and maybe that's for some people. That's what they like. I think too that if you're like probably 24, 25, you probably think the Carter 3 is his best album. If you're over 30, you know the Carter 3 is not his best album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you were there for the Hot Boys.
Exactly. Since then.
From We on Fire. Yeah. The Hot Boys.
We on fire.
Right. If you were there for that, you know that Carter 3 is not Lil Wayne's best work. I'm sorry. Exactly.